Okay, Andre came to us in November of 2014. He came in as a stray. Somebody had found him. And when he first came in, we noticed that there was something wrong with his back legs. He wasn't able to walk and barely move his back legs. So it looked like he had some kind of injury. Our vet named him Andre because he kind of walked with like a seal on his front 2 feet, and he kind of just dragged his body behind him like a seal. So he's named after the movie Andre.
So Andre came in as like a 4-week-old puppy, and he could not move his back legs, and we were really concerned about it. Got the x-rays back, and he had a clear break in his spine, and you can kind of see how his spine juts up right there. We had somebody who really wanted to work with him, and because we don't like to put him down without giving him a chance, we decided to send him down to a neurologist who put a splint on him and said, let's just see what happens.
So Travis called me over to look at a new arrival, and the first time I saw Andre, I thought he was a kitten because he was so small and just all fluff. And I immediately fell in love with him. Of course, she said, you know, don't get too attached. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's wrong with him. And I said, too late. And then coming from the idea that he might never walk, he might need a wheelchair, it was really hard when we did start to see improvements finally to try not to get too excited. So the first time I saw his tail wag, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, is that real? Did that just happen? And then I just held him and stared at it, and he started doing it again and again. And I told my vet the next day I came into work, and I told her, and I was so excited. She's like, well, it might just be a nerve twitch, so we don't know yet. And then it kept happening. And then he started kicking his back legs when you hold him upside down on his back, so he didn't have the weight of his body, and he would just kick him like that. And I told the vet, and she's like, well, we don't know, it could be a nerve twitch. So all of the major milestones along the way, it was kind of like with your fingers crossed in the background, because we were still not sure whether it was just a nerve twitch or whether he was really getting some movement back. I took him in and started fostering him, and because he was so young, there wasn't much we could do for him surgically, and a specialist suggested that we create a makeshift splint for him using just popsicle sticks and vet wrap, and then that way we could change it out frequently when he went to the bathroom on himself. And he figured out pretty quickly that he could just scoot himself along and pull his butt through the splint. So I went and found some tiny doggy t-shirts that I could put on him, and then I would actually just tape the popsicle sticks to the t-shirt, and that kept it so that he couldn't just pull himself out of his splint. But he still hates putting clothes on because I think he knows what comes next. So when Dre first started trying to move around the house by himself, I started doing physical therapy by having him in the bathtub so that he could learn to start moving his back legs around without having to have the strength to put all that weight on his back legs. So I would just fill up the tub and hold onto his chest and kind of have him floating around. And he started moving his back legs on his own, and that helped him get some strength up. So Andre stayed with me for about 6 weeks in foster, and after the portion of time where he had to be in splints, he was able to start teaching himself how to walk. And I have 2 other dogs, so we got to see how it worked from them. And he at first started scooting backwards because his front legs were obviously stronger, so it was easier for him just to push himself backwards. And then he started teaching himself to put his back legs underneath him and just kind of balance for a couple seconds. And then eventually he progressed to the point where he would walk normally on his front legs and his butt would just kind of like bounce along behind trying to keep up.
As you can see, he has a broken back. But that doesn't stop him from getting around at all. He's very much able to run and play and chase things. And he's getting better because his left side's more sensitive than his right side is. So we've been working on holding his little footies so we can wipe them off. As you say, if you do something, stop, he stops. He's learned his manners. He sits when he's getting fed before his food is set down. He doesn't mind baths, although he doesn't particularly care for you brushing his ears. He can, however, scratch his ears, so he will let you know. He'll walk up and tilt his head to the side so you can scratch his little ears for him, since he can't do it. And as you see, he loves it to death. Yes, he does. But we've been working on our manners and on potty training. We help him because now he's actually able to feel when you're messing with his back legs. Whereas before, you could do all kinds of stuff to him and he really didn't care. Now you can pull his little hairs and he pulls back. Yes, good boy. Now when I first got him, his little back end would bounce up and down the whole time he was trying to eat or drink. And now he doesn't do that anymore. He knows exactly how to be cute. Do you know how to be cute, Andre? Do you know how to be cute? Yes, he does know how to be cute.
Yes, but he has function, control over his bladder and his poops. He's got function of his legs. He kind of hops like a bunny rabbit, but he's happy and sassy, and we're glad we gave him a chance. So, you know, unless they're in pain or suffering at the time when they come in, we're willing to give them a shot, and sometimes we have really happy endings like this. He's kind of defied everything that we thought.